Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. It is Dragon in the Afternoon, Monday, it's 2 o'clock. You probably don't know where your kids are, and you probably don't give a fuck. Most likely they're in school, so, I mean, let's hope that's where they are.
At least they better be, right?
Yeah. Or if they're growing, they might be in your basement playing fucking Nintendo or Xbox.
Basement dwellers.
Yeah, they could be trolling somebody on the interwebs.
Wearing the New Balances.
Wearing their fucking New Balances. Ain't no shit. Ain't no shit about that. Damn. That is fucking for real. Speaking of New Balances, I did go through my mom's closet because, I gotta fucking find something for her to wear at the funeral.
Right. Don't tell me she had New Balances.
Nope, she didn't have any.
Ah, good.
She had some Adidas, so.
So
she keeping it real.
Yep.
She didn't have very many tennis shoes. She got a lot of heels.
Oh, yeah?
A lot of fucking heels.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I've been hit with quite a few of those. Kind of reminisce on a pair of red ones I remember I've been hit several times when I was a kid with.
So I remember this pair.
My mom could throw a Bowie knife really good. She could throw a fucking high heel about the same. So yeah.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah. I mean, she's fucking accurate as fuck, man. I mean, I always wanted to set up some balloons on a board and see if she could fucking nail them and video it.
No shit.
I think she could do it. I'm pretty sure.
That's funny.
She told somebody, I never whipped his ass when he was a kid. What delusional shit did you just smoke? I got my ass beat all the time,
You didn't whip me. You beat the shit out of me. You hit me with a shoe.
Hell, one time she beat me with a switch and the switch broke. And she thought I laughed at her, and she grabbed the lamp and started beating me with the lamp.
Oh, crap.
And then she was pissed off the lamp was all fucked up.
That sounds like something my mom would do.
Yeah, now I wasn't abused as a child, okay, people, okay? My mom, she's very stern, But she, my dad wouldn't spank us, but he flipped out one time. And he come in the bedroom, and me and my sister, man, we fucking thought we were dead. And he's like, shh, play along. He's taking his belt and beating the fuck out of this bed, and we're screaming, no, no, no. My mom's like, holy fuck, he finally flipped out, he's killing him. She come in there and caught him, and I never will forget that. Yeah, she goes, can I talk to you in the other room? My dad was like a little kid,
Fuck.
He's like a little kid that got caught masturbating or something, just the look on his face. And
oh, that's funny.
When they would argue, man, they were loud, but this wasn't a loud argument. I don't know what they said in the other room. And all I know is they come back and they said, go to bed. And I'm like,
it was meant for you not to hear.
Yeah, it was like 6 o'clock at night. I'm like, we gotta go to bed? It's still daylight.
Okay.
So
Mom, man, fuck it, I'll go to bed.
Yeah. Oh, man. There's one time, I didn't plan on talking about all this shit today, but we got other shit to talk about. But there was one time I come home drunk and I passed out. Oh, shit. Yeah, I guess I'll tell you guys a story. So, long time ago, Izzy come home drunk.
No.
And I was pretty fucked up. And I got through the way the house was, there was like a foyer, right? And then you can go right to the living room or left into the dining room, right?
Okay.
And there's a little bit of a foyer, and then you turn and you go to the bedrooms, right? And go down another hallway, right?
Right.
Yeah, man, I made it about 5 steps inside the house and shut the door, and I passed out. Cold.
Nice.
Now, you guys have heard the story about the scar on the back of my head, kissing a girl goodnight, and I fell through the door and cracked my head on it. So, there must be a pattern here, okay? So, I'm passed out drunk. What does my family do? They just step over me. They don't even try to wake me up.
You're like, dumbass.
So, I come home, it's probably about 5:30 in the morning when I snuck back in. I used to sneak out the window, but yeah, they fucking had enough of that shit. And they're like, why don't you go through the front door? I'm like, well, yeah, why don't I? I mean, shit, So,
if I'm busted anyway, fuck.
So this is probably like 3 in the afternoon. I finally started to wake up, and my mom's sitting at the dining room table drinking coffee.
And you can just tell she's pissed.
Oh, pissed ain't the word. I stood up and I kind of looked around, and when I looked in the living room, I didn't see anybody, and I turned, and she's sitting there, and she goes, "Have a seat." And she kicked the chair. Like she was a cop or something, you know? And I sat down, and she goes, "So, did you have fun last night?" I was like, "Yeah, probably a little too much." And she goes, "Tell me about it." And I was like, "Oh, I mean, there's nothing really to tell." And she goes,
I really don't want to do that.
Yeah, she goes, "I didn't think that I'd be alive and see my son come home and pass out through the door. You couldn't even make it to your room?" And I was like, I don't know. Maybe I tripped." She goes, "There ain't nothing to trip on." You know, so
Story ain't old water, kid.
you know, there was no bullshit my way through this, and she had to talk about alcohol and fucking.
Oh boy.
You know, when me and your dad was younger, we were fucking alcoholics, and we stopped drinking, and that's the last thing I thought you would do is fucking pick up our nasty habits. And I'm like, uh-huh. And she goes, "Are you fucking listening?" And she slammed her hand so hard in front of me on the dining room table. I felt my brain shaking my head. And I don't drink coffee. And she pushes coffee to me and goes, "Well, you better sober up." And I go, "I don't drink coffee." And she goes, "Well, you're not," what'd she say? Some shit like, "You're not old enough to drink, but some shit," something about, I don't know, "You're not old enough to drink, but I don't know." It was some fucking shit she said. And I was like, "Well, I don't want to drink it." And she goes, "Drink it."
Yes, ma'am.
And so I just remember it was like a stare off for a few minutes, and I was like, fuck it. I took a drink of it, and I'm like, man. And I just had this look on my face, and she goes, "So what tastes better, alcohol or that coffee?" She goes, "Go to your fucking room."
Shit.
And I remember going to my room. I remember sitting on my bed. My tongue was dry as fuck, and I had this coffee taste in my mouth. And that's probably the reason why I don't drink coffee to this day. So
No, it is.
yeah. And then some people's like, "Well, hold on, Izzy, didn't fucking Slick Chick have a coffee line?" Yeah, we do, okay? So, like...
But I don't drink it.
I mean, if I drink it, it's got a lot of fucking creamer in it. And it's good coffee. It's real good shit. Great reviews. But I'm just not a coffee drinker. I'll drink those Frappuccinos, but those Frappuccinos, there's no coffee in Frappuccinos. It's flavored.
Just a little coffee in there for color.
No, it's a flavored milk is what it is. It's a creamer what you're drinking. So, yeah, I found that out doing coffee stuff. So I was like, no shit. Well, I'm still gonna buy them motherfuckers and drink it. So in other news, I know I wanted to have my mom on the show, but
yeah, we ain't gonna do that now.
Yeah, that ain't gonna happen. She's probably fucking forcing her voodoo to keep talking about it. But on another note, let's go into something else here. Lights out. Lots of excitement. Cars going airborne.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sean went airborne Friday night.
Yeah.
After running a 203-mile-an-hour pass.
Yeah, I saw that.
And then he went back out Saturday and tried to test during another race. And the car pulled hard left, so they just shut it down and decided they weren't going to race. But then Daddy Dave came out during his race, did the same thing, stood it on the ass end.
No shit.
So it was the day for that. But that track's known for that. So
yeah, and the thing is, 9 years ago, the OG Murder Nova, of course, it had a different chassis.
Yeah, the old chassis then.
And it went past the traps, the finish line, on the rear wheels. And like Justin Shearer, everybody was like, "I can't believe it didn't float away like they do." And Justin said, "No, that fat bitch is pretty heavy. She ain't going nowhere." Sean's reaction was like, "Did I win the race?"
Did I win?
So and it's crazy because me and Jimmy had this whole conversation about the street outlaw guys wrecking their cars. And I'm like, man, I wish you wouldn't have brought that up. And then all of a sudden this thing, I got the text message about it.
He didn't wreck, he wheelied.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean, technically he didn't wreck.
But I do like the video that they posted up, and he kind of made a joke about it. And he goes, I'm flying through the air. This ain't good.
You know, they need to really rename that to the Moon Tune, though.
Yeah. No shit.
It needs a new name.
Well, the thing is, he kept saying, I'm going to put more power, and I'm going to put more power in it. And you know, but like, you know, me and Jimmy were talking about, he's like, man, I can't believe that class, they don't run wheelie bars. Well, here's the thing. That class is supposed to simulate the street. So on a small tire, even in no prep, you don't run wheelie bars.
Right.
I fucked around and found out the hard way. And I hit the rear bumper twice. You know, out of the hole, and then I feathered it, and then it shifted and it went back up, and all four come off the ground, and I let out, and then I got back in it, and it still splattered the front end, broke the fucking everything in the front end. So, I
took the plastic back bumper off my Mustang one time. I had a Pro Street Mustang too.
Yeah.
And they wanted to see it do a wheelie because I could do one good burnout with it and just fucking stand it up. Well, I stood it up too high and I ripped the whole back bumper off of it.
Yeah, there's a thing. If you're really good with your car or truck or whatever you're driving, and it comes up, you physically know how to power through it or let out and power it out.
Or feather out, yeah.
Yeah, feather it out, yeah. But there's also those times that, well, the motor don't cooperate with your foot, so
right,
you hit the ground. So, I mean, you know, the good thing about Sean's, thank God the guy wasn't going in the next lane.
Yes.
He would have fucking ran in.
Next thing, he'd have had a problem.
He would have hit him. You know. On Dave's run, when he stood up, did he have somebody beside him?
I don't know. I haven't seen it. I just heard about it.
Yeah.
I didn't get to see the run. They were just talking about it.
Yeah,
I showed a picture of it, but I didn't see if there was somebody in the other lane or not.
Yeah, I was really preoccupied with, you know, my adventure over the weekend, and
yeah, there was a picture of it, but I didn't see if there was somebody next to him in the picture.
Yeah. And then last night when I got home, well, last night I went out to dinner with my godfather. You know, he owned a funeral home. He's retired now, and he wanted to sit down and see me. And you know, I've been kind of weird. You know, like some people I'm texting back. I will text everybody back. It just
needs some time.
Yeah, I think everybody understands that.
Yeah.
And Jimmy, well, I'll put it this way, guys. So the first phone call I got at the hospital was Leslie. You know, from our station, you know. And and everybody knows me and Leslie's been friends since we were kids, you know.
Right.
And she was like, are you still at the hospital? And I said, yeah. I stepped outside to have a cigarette, and she goes, I'm on my way. And I said, for what? And she goes, well, I mean, you know, you have to deal with this, and I'm here to help you, you know. And you know, I'm like, I mean, the way she was talking, like we were gonna grab my mom's body and drive her to the nursing home, or drive her to the funeral home, you know.
Right.
You know, I mean, that's not what she said, but I mean, that's kind of how she was, and so we talked.
We got to do this thing.
yeah. I mean, hey man, I mean, you need me to, you know, back the van up. We'll throw your mom in it, you know.
Yep.
But no, she wanted to be there through the whole thing. I told her, don't worry about it. I've got this. And so, you know, people's been calling and different stuff. And then last night, you know, Jimmy called me and said, hey, are you okay? I mean, of course, everybody's texting, and some people I'm not texting back. Jimmy, I'm kind of texting, but, you know, it was before Jimmy went to bed. He's like, hey, you know, I want to make sure you're okay. And the old neighbor stopped by.
Yeah.
And the listener,
was it something about a phone?
Yeah, so the listeners, you know what neighbor I'm talking about. So, you know, apparently the ex-boyfriend stole her key fobs and her keys and her new phone. She had to go buy another fucking burner phone, and And so apparently she activated this phone out on her balcony, right?
Mm-hmm.
But she don't want to walk back through the house. So I'm talking to Jimmy on the phone, and Jimmy's like, brother, I'm there for you, whatever you need to do. If you need to cry, man.
And then the door knocks.
And the door. And I go, someone's at my door. And so I'm thinking it's probably somebody going, hey, I'm sorry to hear about your mom,
Right. You would expect,
Nope, it's the neighbor. And Jimmy heard the whole thing because he was on speakerphone.
Yeah, it's funny.
And she's like, hey, I don't even know how it started, but it was something like, hey, I'm going to throw my phone off the balcony into your yard.
Yeah.
And I was like, say what? And I'm like, my pugs are outside shitting and pissing right now. I mean, don't hit one of them, And
that's exactly what he told her to. Don't hit one of them.
Yeah, that's what I said. Jimmy pretty much just put the phone on mute because he started dying laughing. As soon as he knew who it was, he knew. And so after I got done talking to her and her craziness, Jimmy could hear me shut the door, and he goes, is the coast clear? And I said, yeah. And he goes, what the fuck did she just ask you? She wanted to throw her phone off the balcony and into your yard, and she's scared she's gonna fucking throw it in the lake. And like, I was like, did you hear what I just heard? And he goes, yeah. So she's wrapped the phone in tinfoil and then wrapped it in a sock with another tube sock and wrapped foam around it.
Okay.
But she don't want to walk back through the house because she thinks that there's devices in the house that will hack the phone.
Okay.
So Jimmy heard what I said. I was like, hey, you do what you got to do. Just let me get my fucking pugs in, Like, don't hit one of them in the head.
Don't hit one of the damn pugs.
And then Abby's outside, and, I can't get her to come in. And I don't know if she got hit with the phone or not. Like, what the fuck?
That was kind of crazy.
Yeah. Like I said, I've now seen everything. I told her, look, my mom just passed away. I got a lot going on. Oh, okay. I won't bother you. By the way, I'm going to throw my phone over the balcony and fucking...
You're going to what?
You heard what I said. I was like, what'd you just say?
Yeah. Yeah, that was kind of crazy.
It's like...
Not the thing I expected to hear when I was on the phone with you.
I don't even know what to say, people. Like, I'm just like... I don't want people to feel sorry for me because my mother passed away, okay?
Right.
But that's the last thing I expected. I'm like,
yeah.
I'm like, at this point, all I could do is laugh because I'm just like, seriously?
Yeah. I get it, trust me.
I'm like, wow. You do what you gotta do, boo-boo. Like, fucking just don't hit one of my dogs, okay? Speaking of getting hit in the head, so the other day, I was doing some dishes, and I was putting shit in the dishwasher.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the pots kind of fell off the counter. And, man, I was cooking. I was like a ninja, man. I karate kicked that fucking thing. It still hit. I don't know which pug it was, but it bounced off one of their heads. But it would have hit harder if I wouldn't have got my foot in the way.
Right.
And she kind of looked at me like,
what the hell?
What the hell, like.
What'd I do to you, prick?
Yeah, it's like I'm in here trying to fucking cook, and thank God I looked over because, man, that really would have fucking it hit right in her head.
Oh, shit.
It was one of the pots. It wasn't one of the big pots, but it was one that like you cook like corn or something in. A can of corn.
Right.
But that still fucking would hurt. I mean, look at the mass in this, but no, I fucking Mama Ninja'd it, man, with my foot and fucking
Mama Ninja'd it.
Fucking stopped that thing from falling with my foot, and it rolled off my foot and kind of barely hit her head. And she just like, yeah, what fucked up? She was more, yeah, that's pretty much what she was like. Well, what the hell? And she was more interested in what the fuck I was cooking. And I was like, you know, you're not eating.
What you got up there?
You know, that's one thing, man. If you own a pug, they will help you cook.
Yeah, because they want some.
Yeah, if it hits the floor, it belongs to them.
Oh, yeah.
You know? So
yeah. It's the same way.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's fucking crazy. And like, can't you just stand over there and look at me? No, I got to be right underneath your feet.
Yep.
But pugs are pretty tough, man. They can take, you know, when I had Chompers, the other pug, he wasn't even 12 hours old and he jumped off the showroom counter.
Oh, shit.
Fucking, that was a big fall for a puppy. I'm like, holy shit, the dog's dead. Like, you know, I couldn't believe it. He just kind of yelped and, well, he just kind of waddled around and did his thing in the showroom. I'm like,
oh, shit, that hurt. I'm doing that again.
Yeah, like, pugs are tough, man. I mean, well, hell that one day, I was on the phone with you and I come around the corner and fucking Abby was
the door.
Yeah, come around the door and fucking Abby's spread out in the hallway and I fucking end up tripping over her. And I'm like, are you okay? She's like, well, yeah, what's up, man? You only kicked me in the ribs. You know?
Damn, Dad.
You know, so, I mean, now listeners are like, man, you beat the pugs. You know, that's what's going to be online. No, I've tripped over them a couple of times.
You shouldn't beat your dogs like that.
Yeah. It's fucking crazy. She never sat in the hallway like that. But no, she's been doing this new thing where she'll lay across doorways and stuff, so you have to step over. And you have to pay the toll and like pet her, you know. Pet my belly. You know?
Well, at least you ain't got to pay the cheese tax, you know.
Oh, fuck.
You're in the kitchen.
Dude, it's like insane. I sent you that meme with that pug a long time ago. And it goes, you got cheese? I like cheese, and the fucking dog's eyes are big as, like he's cracked out. And that's how they are.
Looks like he was all messed out.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I can touch they could be sound asleep. I could sneak into the kitchen and just get a cup.
Touch a cheese wrapper.
Dude,
you're screwed.
Dude, I can get in and get a cup of Jell-O, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know those little cups?
Mm-hmm.
Not even open that motherfucker up, and they know.
Yep.
Like, what you got? You got Jell-O? I want some Jell-O. Like, pugs don't eat Jell-O. Well, how do you know? I don't know what it is.
I'm not a pug. I'm a person.
Yeah.
Give me that shit.
That's what they think they are. They think they're human.
Yeah.
Just like when we were talking on the phone last night, and crazy girl's gonna throw her phone over the balcony. And I'm like, Abby, what the fuck are you doing? I'm finding the perfect place to shit.
If you're about to get hit, so you gotta hurry up.
Yeah, 20 minutes out there fucking in the snow.
Wait, is that Rabbit? Is that Abby or is that a raccoon?
Yeah, well, that was the thing. Fucking, it was dark on that side of the house. I didn't know which pug it was. Because sometimes I'll mix up their names and they won't answer the other name. And I mean, I don't blame them. You know, Bella's like, I'm not Abby, I'm Bella. You know?
Tell Bella, Abby. She just looks at you like, nope.
She's like, man, you're talking to the wrong bitch, man. Shit. Better fucking take a double take.
You're talking to me, you didn't say my name.
Yeah. So, yep, that's how it goes. But on that note, guys, we're going right back into music. This is Dragon in the Afternoon on Styling Radio. We'll be right back.